Hello, welcome to the Mark Janard Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to break down the best free AWS certifications that are available right now, okay? But before I do that, please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate you. So the best free AWS certifications and preparation resources, you have the AWS certification that, they're free. AWS is offering 100% free exam vouchers for several certifications at the foundational and associate levels. We have the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, right? AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. The purpose, it basically validates basic knowledge of AWS platform, including its services, architectural principles, account security, and compliance. It's basically intended for those with at least 6 months of experience with AWS Cloud in any role, basically including non-technical roles like, sales, marketing or product management. There, no prior IT or cloud experience is required, which is good. That makes it suitable for beginners and those transitioning into cloud related careers. Now, the skills validated, that is basically like, explaining the value of the AWS cloud, understanding the AWS shared responsibility model, the knowledge of AWS security best practices, grasping AWS cloud economics, the cost, the billing and pricing models. You're basically describing and positioning core AWS services like the compute, the databases, the network, the storage. You're identifying AWS services for common use cases. Now, the next free AWS certification available, in my opinion, is the AWS Certified AI Practitioner. We know AI is one of the things that's coming out of there, right? So some of the key details and the purpose of this certification that, the crux of it is it demonstrates understanding of core AI / machine learning and generative AI concepts, common use cases, and the ability to identify appropriate AWS services for implementing AI solutions, right? The intended audience, for the people who are interested in this, it's probably best if you are geared towards basically individuals, if you're familiar with, but don't necessarily build like the AI / ML solutions on AWS, right? This includes IT support, analysts, marketing professionals, product / project managers, the line of business or IT managers, right? And sales professionals. The format of the exam is 90 minutes. It's, 65 questions, give or take, whether there's multiple choice and multiple responses, ordering, matching, and case studies. The passing score, you got to have a 700 out of 1,000. That's scaled, right? It comes in English, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, simplified Chinese. The delivery is the Persian, VUE testing center or online proctored exams. 20% of this exam is the fundamentals of AI and machine learning. 24% of the exam is the fundamentals of generative AI. Applications and foundational models is 28%. Guidelines for responsible AI, that's 14%. Security, compliance, and governance for AI solutions, that's 14%. Okay, so your skills that are going to be validated by taking this exam is the understanding of AI, ML, and generative AI concepts and methods, ability to match AI or machine learning technologies to specific use cases. So you're going to be familiar with Amazon Bedrock, SageMaker, Recognition, Comprehend, Lex, right? You're going to be responsible and basically for securing the use of AI technologies, basics of data preparation, model training / deployment, prompt engineering, and evaluation criteria for foundational models. The next free AWS certification out there is the AWS Certified Solutions Architect, right? For those who want to validate the ability to design solutions using the AWS well-architected framework, focusing on security, resilience, and performance and cost optimization, right? That's what you're going to want to, if you want to do that, this certification is for you. It's basically intended for those in a solutions architect role or anyone with at least 1 year of hands-on experience designing cloud solutions using AWS services. So there's no deep coding experience required, but there is a requirement for familiarity with basic programming concepts. That would be helpful, but let's make it a requirement, right? The exam details we have is the AWS Certified Solutions Architect. SAAC03. That's the current version. The format is about 65 questions, multiple choice and multiple responses. The duration is about 130 minutes, and the passing score is about 65%. The languages, you can get it in French, Italian, Korean, Japanese, English, Portuguese, Spanish, and Spain, and simplified, the traditional Chinese, right? You can use the Person VUE Testing Center or an online proctored exam. The areas and the skills is, basically designing secure, resilient, high-performing, and cost-optimized architectures, mapping business objectives to AWS solutions and architecture requirements. There's key services covered. That's the S3, EC2, right? The auto-scaling, load balancing, the RDS, DynamoDB, VPC, and serverless technologies, right? There's also hybrid architectures, so the integration of on-premise and AWS environments. That's whether it's Direct Connect or the VPN. There's the implementation of best practices in regards to security, continuous integration / deployment, and architectural guidance. The next free AWS certification we have is the AWS Certified Developer. This is for individuals with at least 1 year of hands-on experience developing and maintaining AWS-based applications. So if you're a candidate for this, right, you should be proficient in at least one high-level programming language and have a basic understanding of cloud-native application development and lifecycle management. These skills validate those, who, develop, test, and deploy and debug AWS cloud applications using AWS services like the APIs, AWS CLI, and SDKs, implementing CI/CD workflows for packaging and deploying applications, securing application and code and data, right? Identifying and resolving application issues, optimizing application performance and cost efficiency. Now, the domains of this one is, the development with AWS services, that's 32%. Security is 26%. Deployment is 24%. Troubleshooting and optimization is 18%. Okay, so that's some of the things you're gonna wanna keep in mind. The next free AWS certification that is really good is the AWS Certified SysOps Administrator. The key details is for those who are system administrators with at least 1 year of hands-on experience in deployment, management, networking, and security on AWS. It's about 65 questions, multiple choice or multiple responses. 130 minutes is typically allocated, available on English, Korean, Japanese, and simplified, Chinese. This certification is valid for 3 years. Now, here are the skills that will be validated, when you, pass this. We're being positive. The deployment, the management, and operating scalable, right? Highly available in fault-tolerant systems on AWS. Basically, the supporting and maintaining of AWS workloads according to the AWS well-architected framework. The using of the AWS Management Console and AWS CLI for operations. Implementation of security controls and compliance requirements, the monitoring, logging, and troubleshooting AWS environments, the applying of network concepts such as the DNS, TCP/IP, and firewalls, the performance of business continuity and disaster recovery procedures, identifying, classifying, and remediating incidents. Basically, you're gonna want to have at least 1 to 2 years of experience as a system administrator in the operations role, experience with the monitoring, logging, and troubleshooting and network concepts. You're gonna wanna be familiar with the AWS services like the EC2, S3, RDS, CloudWatch, IAM, right, and CloudFormation. You're gonna wanna understand, the security, the virtualization, and architectural best practices. Okay, the next free certification in AWS is the AWS Certified Data Engineer. So the AWS Certified Machine Learning Engineer, to qualify, you must be at least 18 or older, earn a badge from AWS Educate, that's the AWS, Restart or AWS Academy, complete ETC onboarding, earn points by completing courses, quizzes, and labs, complete the AWS Skill Builder exam prep and best, the practice exams with required scores. Once requirements are met, you can claim a voucher and schedule your exam for free. But that expires, I believe, this August 31st, 2025. There is free AWS training and certification resources like the AWS Skill Builder, over 600 free digital courses, including the Cloud Practitioner Essentials course, which is highly recommended for beginners, right, and covers all foundational topics and concepts. So that's what I have for you today. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you like this video and you want more videos like this, please let me know that by hitting that subscribe button and the like button right now. Also, hit that notification bell so you are alerted when I upload new videos. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you on the next video.